Because of the fact that the shortcut comes in, instantly Curse Blood comes in, everybody is going to be linked up here.
Yep, and they're going to go with Lapu Lapu again.
Okay.
So they're going not going to utilize the double flex, the flex pick here, or go for a double flex pick this time around. We don't see the Edith get locked in straight away, and this could be an opportunity, right? Minana, they could go for the Edith once more, but how exactly do you deal with this team fight comp? They go for the Terizla. Penalty zone is a good way to kind of keep them all clumped up even after the Nether Realm. Real question is...
Identical draft? Yes,
yeah,
they are going for the safe draft.
Yeah, it's totally fine. It's totally fine because this, I mean, Minana, they played really well at that continuous push and pull and the extra information coming in from Yelly Haze to reaffirm their sneaking suspicions is a good way to manage it. Now, for Bigetron Beta, they have to determine how do we slow down this fight, right? How do we kind of create a solid battle line after the initial engagement? Grok is a good way of dealing with it. Honestly, even a Lolita wouldn't be too bad if they really want to kind of deny space and have a guaranteed disengage mechanic, but still, it's not like you have a lot of projectiles to reflect off of the shield.
I think if they go for the Edith again, it isn't too bad. Like if no, they got Florid instead here. Okay, double down for the Barats to kind of snowball their way through. Adaptations made here. Do you like this adaptation from Bigetron?
I think that Bigetron is falling back to comfort picks here. If they wanted for some big, high risk, high reward, they would have gone for Grok, go for the Edith once more. I don't think there's anything wrong with either of those two picks, but I definitely think that with this Matilda, they have to play for even later on into the game and kind of, again, give up a lot of their pressure in their sides. So I'm expecting this to look very similar to game number 1's best 3 series here today, where we're seeing a lot of, well, not really neutral objectives, but any camp close to the river is going to get stolen away by Minana Evos when they hard push and start to get their jungler ahead.
Well, it is going to be a little bit difficult to do so, but with the Faramis Temple Breaker here, it does buy a little bit more time for the shortcut. But again, adaptations has been made here. I'm curious to see whether or not if Bigetron Beta is able to bounce back and stop Minana from taking the easy 2-0 in this Swiss format here. Without further ado, we're jumping into game 2. This is Minana Evos going up against Bigetron Beta.
Now, Bigetron, they have to play around level 4s here. If they have to sacrifice farm, they're just going to have to give it away to Minana Evos' side. Losing tempo is not a big deal compared to hitting their level 4 on time. That's the main goal here from both sides. Now, the one unique thing about Bigetron Beta is the fact that they have this Florin in their composition, allowing to give you access to things like Dew, right? The extra item you get from Finn's passive, he can give it over to the gold laner, and his on-hit effect is going to be even stronger. Remember that even with the entropy, right, his basic auto attacks hits 2 times, so that's 2 applications of the on-hit effect from Dew.
Okay. But seeing how Perks, I thought he was going to try and challenge Lynch again, considering the fact that, chips against Barats, as long as the Barats has stacks, right, this chip is going to get completely shut down, but he is going to choose to try and bully Zai for now. He's doing a decent amount, but the heals from this Finn is just keeping him topped up, and Perks is getting chipped away.
Yep, this is exactly what you want to see from Bigetron Beta. Make sure that Zyve is able to walk away from this lane without losing too much farm. And now that Finn is nearby, once he hits level 4, he doesn't necessarily need to be nearby to save his life.
Oh boy, seeing of saving lives right now, I think they have to understand what's the win condition coming from Minana Evos, right? That win condition relies solely on chips finding the opportunities with those shortcuts. That's pretty much the game plan that kind of wins them. But if they take a fight preemptively right now, this Barats is going to shut them down. But in this case, Barats is going to be dived on here. He's got the stacks, but he's chain stun all the way through. So much damage! One more HP. They need one more. They can't fight him. Perks, I know you want it. Go for it. No, he flickered the wrong direction, and Lynch is able to get out. Oh, that is so unlucky, but at the same time, Turtle comes in and the pause as well.
Okay, this is a worthwhile
Okay.
pause. I think Vayne should have flickered forward, and I think this is where the technical issues are going to be coming into place. Because Vayne definitely could have traded.
The fact that the bloom wasn't actually dropped on towards the barrage instead here, it was actually given towards Zyve to have a little bit more an upper edge to win his gold lane matchup instead of the barrage, which normally we kind of expect here. Oh, early pre-4, you kind of get this bloom towards the jungle, and then later on translate it towards the gold lane. But this one was a little bit opening here. Maybe, and just maybe, if Lynch got on the bloom here, he might have been able to turn the tides in their favor. But again, that was situational. I don't think it's possible.
Maybe he walks away with a little bit more health.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. It's not like the bloom has upgraded just yet. It still is dependent on Florence's overall levels. And once she gets a certain level, that's when you see the upgrade actually come through. So I think for the most part here, if anything, right, I think that Bigetron Beta needs to be less interactive with Minana Evos. It's all about how do you dissuade the side pressure as we jump back into this game. Turtle falling into the hands of Minana Evos as expected. And now Finn, he's about to hit level 4, right? Whoa, 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 what was this entropy down on the bot side?
Okay, bottom lane here, gold laners versus gold laners, but Lynch, he actually didn't go back. He's relying on the heals coming from Finn so that he can actually efficiently continue his farm rather than break tempo, recall back, and then walk out. So he's trying to maintain his economy with the Fredrin for now, which is okay, risky, but I can see where he's going at.
Well, I mean, regardless, Coil is still a full level ahead as expected, right, against Lynch. And I think right now, Bigetron Beta, they're just playing towards their win condition in that gold lane, right? A lot of the resources, a lot of the rotations are leading to his side of the map. Finn using that alt Zyve, even committing to using his entropy in that 1v1 against Sumpak is dangerous because as soon as it times out, Sumpak wants to get back in, but he has to keep in mind the health that he's at.
Okay, Perks, they're going for the dive as well. Here comes the Nether Realm. It's going to keep him alive, but Lynch is going to be completely dived on. He also got the Daytona's welcome. He's got the heals as well. He's not going to fall. They lose 2, and this is why you do not miss with the barrage and BTR. They're going to get 4 for nothing with that engagement. My God.
I'll give it to Minana Evos. Good target priority on Lynch, but they barely got through the rest of the team's temp HP. So they are putting a lot of focus. And in the meantime, right, Sumpak actually ends up dying, which is great for Bigetron Beta because this is what their main win condition is supposed to be. Full gold plating for the side of Zyve. He's willing to take damage. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's going to be able to get out with the entropy as well. But Minana Evos, they got a little bit angsty here. They thought they could have enough damage to kill Lynch, but guess what? Nope, no. You just can't fight against a barrage this early in the game, man.
Oh, look at that. Look at that damage. Oh, he's so far ahead. 3,000 ahead compared to Vayne, who's only at 8,000. Now 9,000, trying to shorten that lead a little bit more. Narashi, he's got the easiest job. Just clear waves, wait for the time to jump in, wait for the potential portal to jump through. He's having a good time. Ooh, lane swap from both sides.
Okay, now Perks.
Wait, hold on.
He's going to try for this play for now.
Oh, rush it.
Okay.
Rush it.
Well, are they?
They're gonna rush it.
They dropped the entropy. Okay, they're gonna try for this as well. Minana, do they want to go for this wall? They're going for Daytona's welcome. Zyve secures the turtle for the team. Daytona's welcome has been used, but they are gonna try and get him out as well. Lynch, he's gonna be kited out from the slows. Yelly Haze might be taking a bit too much damage here. The Netherrealm keeps them alive, but the heals also keep him sustained, but eventually getting kited out. They do trade off the jungler, but Perks, he's gonna try and get out. Narashi almost getting the pick off, but Perks, he is able to escape to safety. Zyve with the entropy forward to catch someone, but Minana says bye-bye.
Man, BTR Beta are so bloodthirsty. They end up losing gold plating on the top side. Sumpak's able to trade down tier 1 on the bottom side. So really, was this worth it for the side of BTR? Probably not, actually. They're losing more map presence than they are gaining. And what they had from a 4-to-1 kill lead with 700 gold underneath their belt, that could have been 2,000 if they wanted it.
Yeah, they could have. They could have. But again, got a little bit greedy. Lynch, he could have just secured the turtle and just backed off. Again, they're trying to make a play, knowing that they have the level of advantage. But Minana Evos right now is in a situation where they are using the Astro Echo very, very nicely, right? I feel like Yellow Haze's timing with those Astro Echo has been spot on. It's either used to get information or just taking advantage of the fact that this barrage does not have mobility.
True. Hey, wait a minute. They haven't updated the API. They're still using... Oh, our API is still using the Calamity Calamity side in comparison to the Starlium side, sorry. With that being said, at least now we know for sure that the Starlium scythe is going to be in play. Now, We see that BTR, at the way that they're rotating so far, they're losing a lot of map presence, right? And that's exactly what you want to be doing for Minana Evos, because if somebody makes the mistake of going into the side lanes by themselves and not realizing that Perks can just show up at a dive's call, this is what you get.
Okay, Perks now going to be getting dive from Narashi. Yeah, well, chain stun. Yeah, can he get out? Oh, he does.
Free
Oh
flicker.
my god. Oh my god.
And now they dive this.
So much value with this play here. They will lose Narashi with this play, but he's holding on for a very, very long time here, but that's just space created for the turtle right now.
Free. They got flickers out of Zyme, they got flickers out of Narashi, they sacrifice a turtle, they trade bot side, top tier 1 will fall into the hands of Minana Evos. This is going exactly like they wanted to be, right? Trade map pressure for neutral objectives as long as it's not Lord.
Oh my goodness, thank you T. That was some sick timing. He knew that Yelly Haze was gonna snipe it as well. His Netherrealm was the only reason why he survived that. What a outplay, wow.
He's keeping it real. He's keeping it real. No disrespect from either side. These competitors recognize each other, right? They're not taking any chances by being lazy of, oh, I just need a recall in front of their faces. Oh, I better not use my ult and save it for later.
Oh, and the funny thing is that the Netherrealm is not instant, by the way. It does take a little bit more time. Like, he channeled preemptively knowing that Yelly Haze was going to connect the shot.
The backline!
So it's sick. But behind here, they're going to put the plays as well. They try on Perks, but there's no one to back him up. Super now dived into the portal. He's going to be gobbled out, spit it out like butter, and he is going to go down. BTR finds 2 easy pickoffs.
A mistake, a breakdown in communications from Minana Evos. The rest of the team was not ready for that TP to actually happen. It was called on the fly, and only Sumpak responded, and he ended up dying for it.
Oh boy, mistakes. But now BTR, they are going to be looking a little bit more happier here as they are in a situation where they can turn the favor. But the bloom starting to get a little bit bigger now. And on top of all, the kills from Florin are slowly but surely getting stronger.
Yeah, stronger and stronger. The raw sustain coming in from Bigetron on beta. As long as these fights actually progress later down the line with no resources and they're just trading cooldowns for cooldowns of S1 and S2, Bigetron beta should be the ones on top, right? Overall, in comparison to Minana, who's a lot more focused around their cooldowns.
Well, speaking of cooldowns here, Perks does have a very, very long cooldowns, but so far his engagements hasn't been fruitful at all. And Bigetron beta, they're forcing an entropy here, trying to chip away,
this is great.
Why were they using the entropy for?
They want to be able to get an early pickoff onto either Vayne, which they got his flicker out, so they're not too scared about his initial engage because they can visibly watch him make it happen. And at the same time, Minana Evos, they don't mind this. Okay, we lose the flicker, at least we get pressure on the top side of the map. Their orange buff is available, so somebody is going to take that, and we're going to assume that is going to be Xin, because we see Barat's in towards the Lord Pit. So now, Minana Evos, they have a window here to go back to farming before regrouping.
This is weird. Like, I feel like in Minana Evos, they're just in a situation where they just don't know how to play around these chips right now. Like, game 1, they had a clear idea here, but this time Perks is put in a spot where, who does he focus if you think about this?
He's looking for a potential side lane gang. Oh, he sees the Lapu actually move away. That's unfortunate here. Now BTR, they're going to try and rush this down. They have to fight.
Okay. Yelly Haze does
They
have to
have
enter
to
echo.
fight.
They have to. They don't have the numbers as well. They need to drop a
Vayne,
shotgun
Vayne.
somewhere. And Nanashi going for the play. Dive steals the Lord for the team here. Netherrealm comes in, keeps everyone from being under beta, and they are needing to get out. They lose only Perks. But Minana Evos, they have the Astro Echo, reveals on 5. It is going to slow them down. Tier 1 will fall, but at the same time, they are going to try and trade off as well. But no, they cannot. They actually find Wayne, who's left all by himself.
Oh, that's a little sad. He tried to escape as well, but got entropy down. Oh, little sad here for Minana Evos, but Bigetron Beta, they want to turn this into a 1-1 rather than lose 2-0 against their PH counterparts, right? Look at the way that they have map coverage. They're consistently making sure mid lane and as well as the bot side. Entropy once again, Yelly Haze is dead!
Yelly Haze, 2-shot, 3-shot, goodbye. Oh boy, BDR not happy about what happened game 1 this time. Game 2 showing absolute dominance unless this Barats get picked off, because that is a very, very tiny dinosaur with no stacks. But for now, they have bigger priorities, and that is going to be the Lord up top. They are going to try and group up to finish this off here. Entropy still active, coming from Bigetron Beta. They don't want to risk this here, but Bane, he gets pulled back, forces the flicker out of there, so he's going to be able to reset. They lose a tier 3, but BTR Beta, they back off.
Yep, taking an inhibitor so early on is pretty good for Bigetron Beta, especially since they're the ones with the 7k lead. They can wait for the next Lord to intro. Whoa!
Whoa! He entropy forward, find Yelly Haze again, shut down the mage. He was the MVP in the previous game. This time, not so much. Complete domination by Zai as he clears out the minions. Minana, Evos, they might lose all their health here. Supa getting dropped down with 2 spells. Zai focusing on the crystal. We are seeing game number 3 as BTR bounces back.
All right, this is the first one of this stream. We're seeing our first game at 3 here, brought to you by Bigetron Beta, playing it really well, and once again, Zai finding some incredibly good pickups onto Yelly Haze, of all people, playing the Novaria. He shouldn't be in those types of positions, but with the amount of distance that Natan can cover with the entropy, he was not ready for that raw level of damage.
Yeah, so much work has been put into this game here, so much thought. And guess what? We've seen it once from Minana Evos, and if you try it on me again, and if I still lose, well, fool me once, shame on me.